Why is imagination so important? If you want to improve your life, anything in your life, why is it so important? And how come so many of us throughout the world don't actually consciously work with this power that we have inside of our consciousness? Well, there are kinds of reasons for this, but the biggest point that we want to understand is the importance of imagination so that we actually take it serious and use it wisely. Because if we go through our days, there's a tendency to be on a sort of like, you could call it autopilot, automatic pilot, whatever you want to use the term. It basically means just going through your day without consciously paying attention to anything you're doing. This happens more often than we realize because it is such an automatic thing. You wake up and you start doing stuff. Maybe it's just your job. Maybe you have your own business that you attend to. Maybe you're out of a job and you're just doing nothing at all with your time. That happens as well. Just wasting it away watching TV or something. But the thing is, if you don't understand the true power of your imagination, you won't truly feel compelled to use it either. But if you understand that by using your imagination you can improve anything in the direction that you really want, then it's worth investigating and it's worth actually using it, isn't it? So here's the point. When you go throughout your days and you're kind of like, I don't enjoy my life. I don't really enjoy what I'm doing with it, what I have to do with it every day, day in and out. You kind of feel stuck in a rut. All you realistically have to do is use your imagination to create a better and different vision about your own life itself. So instead of going through the motions that you do not like, being stuck in a job you do not like, you can start using your imagination to imagine a career into being inside your consciousness. And this is kind of wild, but it really is powerful because you start to learn to adjust your life and create something different for yourself. So the trick to using imagination ultimately boils down, simply put, to building a vision of something you want to realize and then adjusting your life physically according to that vision. That is really the secret of imagination. You can do this for anything, and I can give you some simple example here, which is it's very personal, and I'm currently on a path of improving certain things in my private life that have been gone off track. That's why I've not been uploading as much, because I realized I was kind of getting myself stuck in a negative rut, and it was kind of weird to be there. But then I realized, what I was doing myself was letting this world and negativity and all kinds of things that I didn't enjoy to take over my mind to a certain extent. And I kept hanging around in that rut, feeling bad, feeling kind of demoralized, not motivated to do anything pretty much. But then over time I realized, what is going on here? Like, it took me a couple months actually to realize, honestly, objectively look at myself and be like, hey, something is not right here about how I'm using my consciousness. It's not the physical world at all. We tend to think it's the physical world. We blame stuff outside of ourselves more often than not, but ultimately it's about how we are using our minds. So in my case, I would let negative stuff in my world control the state of my own consciousness, and then I would just feel stuck. I just was unable to move out of it and move away from it. But then I remembered I should build a vision. This is what it's all about until the day you die, pretty much. It is a lifelong thing. You build a vision of where you would like to go. All right, what do I want to do? Stay stuck here or do something better? Okay, no, I want to do something better with my time, keep creating videos, of course. So I had to rebuild the vision, reimagine it, remember it basically. What is it all about for me? And I saw it inside my consciousness, and then I know all I have to do on a daily basis is to adjust my life according to that vision. I start doing stuff that is in harmony with that vision instead of letting the physical world as it is control my mind. And then I'm back on track again. Then you feel motivated, at least in my case. That's how it works. And another example where I could use this is addiction as well, with alcohol and drug addiction. Many people are stuck in that place and they don't know how to get out of it. I know how to get out of it, but I've also been stuck in that place many times where I kind of forgot how to use my mind properly. And what ends up happening is that you just indulge in alcohol. In my case, at least, I didn't do any other drugs, but I would indulge in alcohol, and then I feel more and more demoralized again because my mind would be all messed up and numbed, and I would wake up feeling all sick because of the withdrawals and hangover, etc. And then the way to get out of it is to build a vision again of sobriety and then adjust your life accordingly. It's really that simple. However, we know it's not truly easy to do, right? We know sounds easier said than done. And what is the reason why it is hard? Because by understanding why you might have difficulty doing this for overcoming an addiction, for example, or for building a career for yourself, or generating more money in your life, having a better, relationship with your partner, whatever it is. Why it's so difficult to just do this? Well, it's because you're not used to living in that manner. That's all. I mean, really, you're not habitually doing this yet. That's why it feels tricky and hard. And the only thing you have to understand is that the reason it's hard is because you're used to not doing it. And that means, okay, I should start practicing it then on a daily basis. Get better at it, get more familiar with it, get more used to living like that. I build a vision first of how I want some area of my life to be, and then I adjust my physical life according to that vision. So for sobriety, again, you know exactly what that means. We all know that means no alcohol, no drugs. Okay, sure. I'm not used to it perhaps, so it feels bad, it feels tricky. I'm gonna keep practicing it until I get used to it. All I have to do is to obey the vision, and if I keep doing that, my life will improve. Obviously, because if I don't ingest alcohol or drugs, then the body also doesn't get poisoned and sick any longer. So over time, your life will simply become better and better because you're no longer doing something that is detrimental to your own well-being. It's the same with the career goals, etc. You can have a goal that you want your own business. Many people actually do have that dream. So they have it in their imagination, but they don't adjust their physical life according to that imaginary state. Again, they're so used to not doing it. They're so used to being controlled by the physical world. This is the point. The more you understand that the physical world is that very place that you can alter by the use of your own imagination, and it becomes fun to start using it consciously in whatever area you want to improve. That is the beauty of it all. The more you learn to live like this on a daily basis, and the more you remember this works for all areas of your life. It's not just about, money or a relationship or whatever. If you truly start to grasp, you can use this in any area, whether it's for your wealth, whether it's for your health goals, you want to get away from an addictive behavior, okay? Whether it's for a career goal, a business, starting your own business goal, a relationship goal, you want to be happier with your relationships, or you want to attract a wonderful partner into your life. You can do that through this method. That's the beauty. Like, it's all inside of you. This power, it's inside of your consciousness. All you have to do is use it. So why aren't we using it? Well, one of the other reasons, of course, is because we're not raised, generally speaking, with this knowledge. We're all raised to just go along with the physical world. Just go along with what society said you should be doing. Go to school, get a job, and that's it. In society, we don't really talk about it, sadly, that you can use your own imagination to improve the physical world at large all over. But if every human being would know that and understand the responsibility behind that, and know that, you can use it for good or evil, well, what's the point of doing it for evil? It only causes chaos and destruction and all kinds of pessimism and negative stuff that isn't any fun long term. So everyone that is actually mentally sane would understand, let's use it for good. Now start using it for good in your own life. If you're feeling stuck, if you're not happy with where you're at, start using your imagination to build a better, more wonderful vision of how you would like your life to be. And then obey that vision. Live according to that vision. Believe in the vision. Have faith in the vision. Fall in love with that vision. Become completely in harmony with that vision, and start rejecting all the thoughts that are not in harmony with that vision. So that means when doubts arise, whether you can do it, whether you can make it happen, you don't really have to pay attention to that. All you have to do is learn to obey the vision. If your consciousness is constantly filled with the vision, with all the positives of that vision, there's no room for any doubts or negativity. See, this is also another very subtle thing most people overlook. But the more you think about it, the more obvious it becomes. The more you are able to focus on your vision fully, without letting any negative thoughts intrude, well, the better off you'll be. The faster you'll be able to improve your life. Because no contradicting thoughts are sort of slowing you down. That's what contradicting thoughts do. They slow us down. They can slow me down if I allow the physical world, again, to control my mind, which happens accidentally. Of course, we all make these mistakes as human beings. We It isn't easy at times, but when it happens, well, then you feel like your life is going off track. But then by having this knowledge also somewhere within your consciousness, you can actually get yourself back up way more effectively compared to someone that doesn't have this information and feels like they have to just accept all the negatives and just die with it, which is a very sad place to be at if they all had the opportunity to improve their lives by simply changing their consciousness entirely. Because the focus of your consciousness determines the direction in which you will walk, physically speaking, in the long term. So the more optimistic it is, the more it is filled with positive ideas and insights and visions and dreams, well, the more you'll be compelled to keep walking in that direction physically, and which causes your life to keep on improving for the better. So really think about it. That is really the reason why we should use our imagination consciously and deliberately on all the areas of our life. And as we become used to doing this, you're going to become so much more happier, so much more peaceful, and your life will be so much more full of meaning and enjoyment. Because ultimately, if that all is missing, there really is nothing. Life really becomes a pessimistic thing when you lose track of and sight of the meaning behind it all for yourself. But if you remember the meaning, and the meaning is your dream that you've built in your imagination, that is why you're alive now, to give expression to that dream, well, then you have something to do. Then you have something to look forward to and to enjoy while you're here physically speaking. So really use your imagination today. Really start experimenting with it if you feel stuck. Imagine something better in place of the very thing that is holding you down now. And then understand it's a matter of staying focused day in and out on that vision and fill your consciousness with that. Keep your consciousness full of that dream, because automatically by doing that, no contradicting thoughts can enter. There's no place for it. That's the idea. There should be no place for anything negative inside your consciousness, because if you can manage to do that, well, your life will become a wonderful journey. I can tell you that much.